Welcome to another episode of SportsVibe. I'm your host, Arnav Sarkar, here with episode 83. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about March Madness, recapping both the men's and women's side, some takeaways, and also previewing the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs, as we're about a week away from both. But first of all, March Madness, just a really exciting tournament from start to finish. Not really too much in the start. It was very chalky, but not many upsets other than Arkansas making a little bit of a run as somehow Cinderella under Calipari. But later on, it was just sweet chalk, and the best teams, the best seeds, just kept winning and winning and winning and winning, and we ended up with 4-1s. But not too many competitive Elite Eight games either. Florida over Texas Tech was a thriller as they kept coming back, but the other ones, Michigan State falling to Auburn last year in the Big Ten there. But in the Final Four, I mean, Florida taking on Auburn, Walter Clayton with 34 points. I think he had 5 threes, just great shooting there for Walter Clayton Jr. The Tigers. Meanwhile, Janai Broom had 15. Denver Jones with 10. Chad Baker-Mazara had 18 points. But a kind of a quieter night. They were in the game. They had a 46-38 lead at the half, but Florida just kept chomping away at it to use their logo. But yeah, no, I mean, they played a good game. Thomas Howell had a huge and one to give them the 9-point lead with about a minute left, and that was too much. Elijah Martin also had a good game, 17 points. But yeah, I mean, Florida just prolific on offense. They came back against UConn, did so against Auburn. Houston Duke, even crazier. I mean, Duke had the lead for most of this game. Cooper Flag at 27. Konkin Nipple had 16. I believe they opened up. They had a 14-point lead with 8 minutes left. A 9-point lead with 2 minutes left, but Houston just kept forcing turnovers, getting the ball back. I mean, hitting the 3 and then the 2 over the backfield on Cooper Flag was big. Missed free throws by Tyrese Proctor, but Houston just kept fighting and they would not go away, and they ended up tying and even winning against Duke. So just an incredible performance there by the Cougars to pull that one off on defensive effort. Huge. I'm not only allowing one field goal in the final 10.5 minutes for Duke, and that's just unfathomable for the Blue Devils. Or for any team really, but especially one with that much talent. I mean, Sion James had 7, Tyrese Proctor only had 7 points. Kamen Malawach got absolutely manhandled in the paint. He didn't have a rebound. He had 6 points, but Houston had Joseph Tugler had 8 rebounds, Juwan Roberts with 12 rebounds, 11 points, Emmanuel Sharp had 16, LG Cryer 26. But just what a ferocious comeback. But they got Uno reversed in the next game. Florida making the comeback against Houston. Cougars built a 42-30 lead in the second half. Florida came back, and just a great performance there by Florida to match Houston's defensive style of gameplay. And Walter Clayton didn't have a big game, didn't get going until very late, but once he got going, 11 points. Will Richard 18, Alex Condon 12, and Florida just kept chomping away at the gap. And really, LJ Cryer had 19, so Florida able to chomp away at that deficit and take the lead 65-63, getting the W over Houston from behind. But the last possession is where it really got chaotic. I mean, Aberdeen hit a free throw. Houston had still 19 seconds left, but unable to even get a clean look. The defense was suffocating, got it to Emmanuel Sharp looking for the 3 to try to win the game, but went up and down, dropped the ball, couldn't pick it up, and Alex Condon dived on it. He could not touch it because it would have been a traveling violation. So just great defense for Walter Clayton, getting his hand in there, jumping through to contest a shot, and Florida with a gutsy comeback, winning one there for the SEC, winning as a lot of teams, a lot of fans picked to win it all because just how good they were. And it's showing offensively in the SEC tournament and the regular season, but even defensively as well. And they held off UConn. They held off Auburn. I mean, they scored 104 against the Tide, but even when it became a defensive slugfest, they held off a tough team like Houston as well. So just one of the best teams in basketball all year, but Florida taking home that national championship. Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable performance there for the Gators. I mean, last year, I believe they lost in the first round of the the tournament. So I mean, from that to this is just a terrific turnaround there under Todd Golden, and a very young coaching head coach there for the Gators. But just an insane performance by Florida. Over on the women's side of the bracket, UConn winning it, just absolutely dominant, even more so, I would say. I mean, it was very chalky as well, but UConn as the 2 seed. I mean, Juju Watkins not being there for the Trojans definitely hurt them. But the trio, Paige Bueckers had 31 in there, Caitlin Chen as well doing well, but Azzi Fudd, Sarah Strong, just a beast in the paint, 22 points, 17 rebounds, game after game. I mean, South Carolina knocking off Texas in the Final Four matchup between them and the Longhorns, SEC rivals. But UConn continue to roll, dominating a very good UCLA team, who had Lauren Betts, who had 26. But I mean, Sarah Strong again with 12, Fudd with 19, Bueckers with 16. I mean, that big three is just unmatched. And again, for them to beat South Carolina twice, they beat them badly at their place to snap their 72-game home win streak. But in the championship game, I mean, they got their bench players involved, but Azzi Fudd at 24, Sarah Strong 24 and 15 boards, Paige Bueckers at 17. So I mean, just like a very talented trio for UConn, and the old dynasty takes their place atop the hill instead of the new one in South Carolina. I mean, we've seen them win a championship recently. I believe they won 2 of the last 3. LSU winning the other one, obviously, and Iowa's been in there with Caitlin Clark in the mix. But this year, UConn Huskies taking it home. The men's team did not win, but losing to Florida, obviously, in the second round. But the women's team was a wagon. And yeah, I mean, just it's incredible basketball. I mean, UConn didn't have trouble with just about anyone all tournament. I mean, they were just more than dominant. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just looking back at this, I mean, they had a 103-34 win over Arkansas State, which is just doesn't even look like a basketball game. But even in the later rounds, I mean, defeating USC soundly, defeating UCLA, and South Carolina also very soundly was just a heck of a performance by the UConn Huskies. But yeah, that's kind of my college basketball recap until next season, I guess. But I just wanted to talk about the Final Four. Over to the NBA, I wanted to talk about the playoffs, do a little previewing. We're almost there, home stretch of the regular season. Just to look at these standings, I mean, the Thunder 66-14 with 2 games to play. I mean, they look really good. I mean, obviously the Rockets are in second, 52-28. The Lakers in third. I mean, the Thunder have a young core, Rockets have a young core. Lakers sizzling hot. In Luka's return yesterday, Luka had 45, I think 31 in the first half, a ridiculous performance. LeBron at 27. I mean, they look good with the two of them. Play the Rockets tomorrow back in LA, but that should be a good one. Lakers at the 3rd seed. Nuggets just fired coach Mike Malone, but they're 4th. The Clippers are going red hot into the playoffs. They have Kawhi Leonard. They have James Harden. They're pretty healthy for once, so that should be a good series if they play Denver in the first round. And it's so tight. I mean, the Grizzlies in 6th place. They're on a 3-game win streak. Obviously, John Morant, the big guy there. And Golden State, 47-33. They're right now in the play-in tournament. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler. I mean, what a talented team the Warriors are, and that should be fun as well. So, I mean, just a lot to shake up here. Looking at these matchups, and then the T-Wolves also in the play-in picture. So are the Kings and the Mavericks right now, and they both clinch play-in positions. So we'll see them taking on each other, and then Golden State and Minnesota. But I mean, over in the East, you got the Cavs on 63-16. They have the first place in the East confirmed. Celtics in 2nd, comfortably. Knicks in 3rd. Pacers red hot with 5 straight wins. So are the Bucks. The Pistons have clinched a playoff spot. They're 6th, although on a 2-game losing streak, but still 6th. The Magic and 7th, Hawks, Bulls, and Heat to round off that picture. And the tank for flag odds, Wizards worst in the East, followed by the Hornets, Sixers, Brooklyn, and the Raptors. The Jazz have the best odds overall, I guess, although I think the worst 4 teams have equal odds to draft the number 1 player. There's a lot of talent. Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, three teams with the worst record all have a 14% chance. So the Jazz with number one right now, Pelicans, Spurs, Blazers, and Suns all out of the picture. Suns had some horrible trades. I mean, they're gonna have to rebuild, but yeah, I guess the question in the NBA is are the top teams going to be able to hold off? Are the Celtics and Cavs? I mean, Celtics haven't been all that healthy. I think the Celtics could probably beat the Cavs in the 7-game series, but I mean, I'm sure Donovan Mitchell and company have something to say about that. That should be scintillating. I think both of them are ahead above the Knicks, the Pacers, etc. But we'll have to see how this goes on. I think the Knicks have not really shown that they can hang with the top teams, although they did beat the Bucks. They lost to the Celtics again. I mean, I feel like they're going to hit a wall, but this year they are a lot healthier. So we'll see how that goes down. I feel like the Celtics probably have the advantage over the Cavs. In the West, the Thunder, obviously cooking. I think they are ahead and above anyone in the Western Conference, although, as Shannon Sharp would say, Lakers in 5. But we'll see how that one works. I mean, obviously LA in the playoffs is a different animal. I mean, they beat OKC soundly, but then the Thunder got their revenge the next 2 days later. So we'll see. The Rockets with the second seed in the NBA or in the West. They have a young core right now, like Amen Thompson, all their guy, Jalen Green. Yeah, I mean, Dylan Brooks, I mean, Van Vliet. I mean, they have a good team, so we'll see how, I mean, as it stands, just to look at some matchups, the Cavs, Hawks, Celtics, Magic. I mean, a lot of easy ones. Knicks, Pistons is interesting. Pacers, Bucks. In the West, you have teams. Thunder, Wolves could be a very good one first round right away. Rockets, Grizzlies, same thing. I mean, this is all subject to change. Lakers, Rockets, Warriors, Thunder, Wolves. Excuse me. Rockets, Warriors, Lakers, Grizz, should be fire series, and Nuggets, Clippers. Although all these teams from 3 to 8 are literally so close to each other, that could very well be affected. But whatever it is, I mean, LeBron, Luka, Steph, and Jimmy. Steph hit 52 points, 12 threes. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Golden State just red hot, sizzling. So I mean, I think they're a solid team. I think they're going to be very a tough out for anyone, but it's going to be interesting to see how the new battles the old. Really excited for this NBA playoffs, excuse me, but should be a good time. Over in hockey, playoff picture coming together there as well. This one to talk about Alex Ovechkin scoring the all-time goals record with a victory or a loss to the Islanders, but Ovechkin hit the goal, the 5-3 win over the Blackhawks with 2 goals by Ovi and just incredible passing wing Gretzky. I mean, they look good at 107 points top the Metro. The Canes on an ugly 3-game losing skid, and they're locked into a first-round game with the New Jersey Devils. So the Devils with the Jack Hughes injured, some of their other players injured. Again, going to be the underdog in that series, unfortunately. But with 89 points, they're firmly locked in. The Isles, right now, 4th. Isles, Jackets, Rangers, Pens, and Flyers all sitting out of playoff position. One spot up for grabs. The Leafs have the top seed in the Atlantic. The Lightning, Panthers, and Ottawa Senators for the first time since 2016 are in the postseason. Lightning and Panthers looking like they're set for a Florida series round 1. Well, we also get the Battle of Ontario between the Maple Leafs and the Senators. So a lot of geographical rivalries here. The Hurricanes taking on the Devils, and in that last spot, it could be the Islanders, could be the Jackets, but a tough matchup for Washington. Alex Ovechkin, and they're looking for that Stanley Cup. In the Western Conference, the Jets have had a firm grasp on that 1 seed pretty much all season. They look pretty good. So Canada's having a pretty good year this year. The Leafs, the Senators. I mean, in the West, you got the Jets. You got the Stars and the Avs looking for likely a playoff series between the two of them. I believe that's happened before. In the Pacific, the Golden Knights looking to make it their way back to the Cup with top of Pacific Division. The Kings, LA Kings, looking to make some noise. They're second. Oilers, after their stunning 7-game loss, in 3rd place, so they look to have their opening series against Los Angeles most likely. And then the wild card race, you got the Wild, the Blues with 93 points apiece would probably be the top two. The Flames with 88 and Canucks with 85, and the rest are pretty much lottery teams. But likely going to be the Wild and the Blues coming out of the Central. But I mean, yeah, I mean it should be really exciting. It should be really exciting playoffs. So the Devils, once again, taking on the Hurricanes. Hopefully they can get the win this year. Yeah, I mean they lost several years to the same team, so it's just a little bit irritating. But I mean they don't have yeah, obviously Jack Hughes. They don't have several other players on the team, which does not like bode too well for them. But a Dougie Hamilton out, Siegenthaler out, Jack Hughes out. The Canes have been a tough matchup, but not unbeatable. They've also been on a little bit of a losing skid lately, 5-5 in the last 10. So anything can happen. I mean, they play the Caps again, but yeah, it should be a good playoffs. I would, if I had to pick, I would go Capitals and Jets maybe in the Stanley Cup Finals. It could be the Knights again, a rematch of that. We could see a lot of things happen. But I would not bet against Alex Ovechkin and the Great One. I mean, they look really good. So we'll see. I got Washington coming out of the East. I got the Jets maybe coming out of the West. I would say actually Vegas. I mean, they have postseason experience. So I'm looking at Las Vegas versus Washington Cup final. But it should be really good either way. That's pretty much all I have for this episode. I think the next episode, this is a very short episode for my standards. Next episode, I wanted to do a mock draft. Picking all 32 teams. Looks like the Giants are lucking in on potentially Abdul Carter as their draft pick, or maybe Shadur Sanders. Nobody really knows. But I wanted to look at it from all 32. I wanted to maybe do a live for the actual draft where we talk about all 32 picks live, but we'll see. But in the meantime, this has been another episode of SportsVibe. I'm your host, Arnav Sarkar, and thanks for listening to this recap of March Madness, as well as the NBA and Stanley Cup playoff preview episode, and we will see you in about a week's time. I'll have probably the mock draft preview, but in the meantime, stay fresh, enjoy sports, enjoy life, and we'll see you next time.